Okay, guys, welcome back. Praise be to the Lord. We're going to continue with our topic for today in math. That is addition and subtraction of mixed fractions. We already see in the last class the addition of mixed fractions, an easy way to understand the topic. Now we're going to watch, or we are going to understand how to subtract and make um, mix, how to subtract mixed fractions. So please pay attention to the video and take notes. Okay, then we're going to watch more examples. Okay, that will help you to understand better the topic. Okay, so please take notes about the video.
Hi, I'm Rob. Welcome to Math Antics. In our previous lesson, we learned how to add mixed numbers. And in this lesson, we're going to learn how to subtract them. Subtraction is always a little trickier than addition because subtraction does not have the commutative property. That means that the order of the numbers you're subtracting matters, and you can't switch it like you can with addition. Subtraction is also tricky because if you try subtracting a number from a smaller number, like 1 minus 5, you get a negative answer. Fortunately, we're not going to cover any problems that give negative answers in this video. But as you'll see in a few minutes, there are cases where it seems like you need to subtract a bigger number from a smaller one at first. All of this means that subtracting mixed numbers can be quite a bit more complicated than adding them. But don't worry, we'll take it one step at a time. And it'll help a lot if you make sure that you have a good understanding of topics like adding mixed numbers, subtracting fractions, order of operations, and multi-digit subtraction, because this lesson builds on all of those concepts. Okay, to see why subtracting mixed numbers is trickier than adding them, let's have a look at two problems side by side. 5 plus 2 1/3 and 5 minus 2 1/3. We learned how to do problems like the first one in the previous video about adding mixed numbers. Since 2 1/3 just means 2 plus 1/3, we learned that we could rewrite the problem like this and simply add up the whole number parts to get the whole number part of the answer. 5 plus 2 is 7, so the answer is 7 1/3. But if we try to do the same thing with subtraction, we're going to get the wrong answer. If we rewrite 2 1/3 as 2 plus 1/3, it looks like we could just subtract the whole numbers. 5 minus 2 is 3, which leaves 3 plus 1/3, or 3 1/3, as the answer. But it turns out that's not correct. So what did we do wrong? Well, when we subtract a mixed number, we need to subtract the entire mixed number. We need to subtract the whole number part, and we need to subtract the fraction part. But we didn't subtract the 1/3, we added it. That's because when we rewrote the mixed number as a sum of a whole number and a fraction, we forgot, or we didn't realize, that they form a group. We just put the 2 plus 1/3 right after the minus sign, and it made it look like we should subtract the 2 and add the 1/3. But we actually should have subtracted both of them. One way to avoid that mistake is to use parentheses around the mixed number you're subtracting, so you remember that its parts form a group, and you need to apply the minus sign to the whole group. And you can only get rid of the parentheses after you apply or distribute the subtraction to each member of the group, like this: minus 2 minus 1/3. Now that we have the problem written correctly, we'll get the right answer if we do these math operations. Going from left to right, we have 5 minus 2, which is 3. But then for the last step, we need to subtract 1/3 from 3. That might seem hard to do, unless you remember what we learned about whole fractions in the last video. When adding mixed numbers, sometimes we get an answer like this: 2 3/3. But since 3/3 is what I call a whole fraction, its value is just 1. And we learned that we could simplify an answer like that. 2 3/3 is 2 plus 1, which is 3. Well, how about if we just do that same process in reverse? Instead of simplifying, let's unsimplify. We're trying to take 1/3 away from 3, right? So let's rewrite 3 as 2 plus 1, and then let's rewrite 2 plus 1 as 2 plus 3 over 3. Does the problem look easier to do now? We converted part of the whole number into the whole fraction, 3 over 3, and we already know how to subtract fractions. 3 over 3 minus 1 over 3 is 2 over 3. So that means our final answer is 2 2/3. So as you can see, subtracting mixed numbers can be a little complicated, but not all problems are that hard. Some are pretty easy, like this one. 6 4/5 minus 1 3/5. We still need to remember that the mixed numbers form groups, so we have to subtract both parts. But that's where the stacked format that we learned about in the last video can really help us out. Since the order of a subtraction problem is important, we need to be sure to put the mixed number that we're starting with on top and the mixed number that we're taking away on the bottom. And doing that helps us remember that both parts of a mixed number are being subtracted, even if we don't put parentheses around them to remind us. That's because we'll subtract the parts column by column, just like we would in multi-digit subtraction. We'll subtract the fraction on the bottom from the fraction on the top, and then we'll subtract the whole number on the bottom from the whole number on the top. 4/5 minus 3/5 is 1/5, and 6 minus 1 is 5. So the answer is just 5 1/5. See, that really was easy. And that's why I recommend using stack form whenever you can for subtracting mixed numbers. It'll help you remember that both parts of a mixed number are being subtracted without having to worry about groups or parentheses. But even though the stack form is a great way to keep from getting confused about groups, it doesn't make every problem quite that simple. For example, let's try the problem 5 1/7 minus 2 3/7, and let's use stack form again. We're starting out with 5 1/7, so it goes on top, and 2 3/7 goes on the bottom. But when we try to subtract the fractions column, you'll see that we have a little problem. 1/7 is less than 3/7, so we can't subtract it without getting a negative number, which we'd really like to avoid. So what do we do now? Well, do you remember what you do in multi-digit subtraction when you have to subtract a bigger digit from a smaller one? Yep, you borrow or regroup from the column to the left. And we can do something really similar to that with mixed numbers. We can make the fraction part of a mixed number bigger by borrowing from the whole number part. In the video about adding mixed numbers, we learned that a mixed number with a fraction part that's improper is bad form, because you can simplify out a whole fraction and then add it to the whole number part. Well, we can do that process in reverse also. We can subtract out 1 as a whole fraction from the whole number part and add it to the fraction part to get an improper fraction. And even though that's considered bad form, it's okay because it's not our final answer. And it helps us subtract the fraction column without getting a negative fraction. In this example, we do that by changing the whole number part, 5, into 4 plus 1, and then changing 4 plus 1 into 4 plus 7 over 7. And finally, we can combine that 7 over 7 with the 1 over 7 to get 8 over 7. Now, the fraction on top is big enough to subtract 3 over 7 from. 8 over 7 minus 3 over 7 is 5 over 7. And then we just need to subtract the whole number parts. The top whole number used to be 5, but we borrowed from it, so now it's 4. 4 minus 2 equals 2, so our answer is 2 5/7. Let's try another example to make sure you've got it. And let's make it a story problem this time. Suppose there's this guy who's a builder named Rob, and suppose he needs to fix something by subtracting the mixed number 1 5/8 from 6 1/8. Can he fix it? Yes, I can. Well, at least with the help of my trusty cat, Richard. Where did that rascal run off to? Richard? Richard? Oh, well. The first thing we need to do is put these in stack form with the number I'm taking away on the bottom. Then I need to subtract the fractions. But I notice that the fraction on top is less than the fraction on the bottom. So I need to make the fraction on top bigger by borrowing from the whole number part. I can replace the 6 with 5 plus 1, and I can replace 5 plus 1 with 5 plus 8 over 8 to get the whole fraction I need to add to the top fraction. 8 over 8 plus 1 over 8 is 9 over 8. So now I can subtract the fraction column because the fraction on top is bigger. 9 over 8 minus 5 over 8 is 4 over 8. And then I can subtract the whole numbers. 5 minus 1 is 4, so the answer is 4 4/8. Does that look right to you, Richard? You're right. 4/8 can simplify to 1/2. So my final answer is 4 1/2. Thanks for your help, Richard. Good job, Rob, the builder. So now you know how to subtract mixed numbers. Some problems will be easy, like our second example, where you can just subtract the fraction parts and the whole number parts. But in other problems, you may need to borrow or regroup using that unsimplifying procedure. And remember that the stacked form is a great way to keep everything straight. Of course, You may also need to solve problems where the mixed numbers have unlike fractions, and you'll need to change them into like fractions before you can subtract. That works the same way as you saw in the last video, so you already know how to handle that. I know I'm always saying it, but that's because it's true. The way to really learn math is to practice by doing some problems on your own. As always, thanks for watching Mathantics, and I'll see you next time. Learn more at mathantics.com.
Okay, people. Okay. So, if you see the subtraction of mixed fractions change a little bit, change a little bit. But, but, I will write an example and I will explain another way that is more easy, okay? That it will be easier to do um to do the subtraction. So please pay attention to my whiteboard, okay? For example, we're going to talk about the same unlike fractions, okay? For example, if I have 634 less 2 710. The other way I have to do is sorry, I'm really bad for my throat. If you see the fraction is unlike denominator, the first step I have to do in an easy way, okay, in an easy way, is to change it to a simple fraction or improper fraction, okay? The same way as we do with in addition. 4 times 6 plus 3. This is equal to 27. This is equal to 27. 27, 4. Okay. Less 2. Sorry, 10 times 2 is 20 plus 7, 27. Right? Equal to 10 also. Okay. What I have to do next? I have to find the least common denominator or common denominator. What number is the common denominator between 4 and 10? Let's see whose answer. No. No. It's not 40. It's 20. Very good, Diego, Valeria, Andrea. It's 20. So, then what I have to do? I'm going to divide the denominator with the first numerator in this case. This is the only step I have to change it. Okay? This is the only thing I have to change it. 20 divide 4 is equal to how much? 20 divide 4, 5. Multiply 27. It's 135. Less 20 divide 10. How much? 5. No, sorry. 20 divide 10. How much is it? 2 plus 27, multiply 27, 54, exactly. So I made my subtraction, okay? I made my subtraction. So how much is it? How much is it? It's equal to 81 to 20 over 20. And I want to make it in a mixed fraction. This is equal to have 4 1 over 20. Why 4 1 over 20? Because 20 multiplied 4 is 80 plus 1, 81. Do you have any question? Do you have any question, people? This is the most easy way to make a subtraction. Yes, I could. I can make another exercise. Okay. Let's see. Another one. Another fraction. Let's see. Let's see another one. There's one. 2 2/3 less 2 4/6. Okay. What is the first step I have to do? What is the first step I have to do? Change it, right? I have to change my mixed fraction to proper fraction, right? Fatima, pay attention, right? I have to change the mixed fraction to a simple fraction or to improper fraction. So what? How much I have in here? 3 times 2 is 6, plus 2, 8. 8 over 3 less 6 times 2, 12, plus 4, 16. 16 over 6. What is the next step? What is the next step I have to do? I have to looking for the common denominator. What is the common denominator between 3 and 6? 6. So I have 6. What is the next thing I have to do? Okay, 6. I will divide by the first denominator, that is 3. 6 divide 3, 2 times 8, 2 times 8, 16, exactly, 16, less 6 divide 6 is 1, multiply 16, 16, that's right. Now, I have in here something peculiar. I have in here something peculiar. Why? Because 16 minus 16 it's equal to 0, and I don't have, no, I make a mistake. I make a mistake. I write it wrong. It's not 4, it's 3 in here. Sorry. Ahí me equivoqué, chicos. Lo siento, disculpo. Equivoqué mal el número. No era 4, era 3. Ok, era 2 4 sextos. 246 minus how much? 136 here era. Ahí sí, lo siento mucho. We have the same denominator. We only have to do it fine and do the to find the common mix, to change it to the mixed number to a simple fraction. Okay. Let's see. Let's see. I will write another example, people. I will write another example. Okay. For example, let's see. Mhm. Let's see. I will write another example. I don't find no one good one. I don't find the exercises in here. Okay, let's see this one. Let's see this one. Let's see this one. 427 minus 3 1/5. What is the first step I have to do? I have to change the mixed fraction. Right? I have to change the mixed fraction. So 7 times 4, 28, plus 2, 30. I have 30 over 7 minus 5 times 3, 15, plus 1, 16. 16 over 5. Then I have to find the common denominator between these two. Which one is the common denominator between 7 and 5? It's 35. Very good. It's 35. Here. Sorry. It's 35. So, what I have to do next? I have to divide the common denominator between the first one and multiply by the first numerator. So, 35 divide 7, it's equal to how much? 35 divide 7, it's equal to, it's equal to 5. Very good. Multiply 30. Multiply 30. 150. Very good, Diego. 150 less 35. 35 divide 5. It's 35 divide 5. It's equal to how much? 7. Good. And that's 7 multiplied by 16. It's equal to 35 divide 5. It's 7 multiplied by 16 is equal to 112. Very good. And this is equal to have how much? 35. How much? 48. 48. Can I change it to the mixed fraction? Yes, I can. And yes, I have. So how many times I have 35 in 48? Only one. Only one. Sorry, 38. Sorry. 38. So I have to change it to a mixed fraction that is equal to, how many times I have 35 in 38? One. One, not two. One. 35. 35 multiply 1 is 35. To get 38, 3. So this is my final result. This is my final result. 1, 3 over 35. Do you have any question, people? No? Okay. Homework. What is your homework? If you look in the syllabus, even in the platform, you will write a journal. Okay? You will write, I'm sorry. Why do you sorry? Okay, do you, in which part, wait a minute. In which part do you confuse, Dana? Wait a minute, I will explain first this. Dana, in which part do you confuse? Mhm. I'm waiting. I only have 10 minutes. Okay, let's see. I will explain what is the homework. Yes, I will divide the common denominator with the first numerator. I will divide this one with this one, and the result of this one, I will multiply by this one. Okay? And then I will multiply. The same step with the second denominator. I will divide with this one, and I will multiply by this one. And that is this is the result of this one, and this is the result of this one. Okay? Do you understand? Nice. Okay, people. What are you going to do right now as a homework? A journal. ¿Qué es un journal? Preguntará usted. Sencillo. Un journal es algo que usted va a escribir. El journal básicamente se maneja diariamente, pero usted no lo va a hacer diariamente, ¿verdad? Porque no se lo pido diariamente. Un journal más que todo se maneja en un cuadernito, como un diario se le conoce, ¿sí? Solo que usted no va a hacer un diario. ¿Qué es lo que va a hacer usted? Y lo estoy diciendo en español para que no digan, ay, es que no lo entiendo. En el journal, usted va a escribir qué unidad hasta ahorita le ha gustado más. El video lo pueden ver después, o sea, después copien porque lo pueden ver en YouTube el video. El journal usted va a escribir qué es o qué unidad es la que más le gusta, ¿verdad? ¿Qué es lo que le ha gustado de la unidad? ¿Qué ha aprendido de la unidad? ¿Qué le ha costado de la unidad? Estoy hablando es en matemáticas, no es en reading, no es en grammar. ¿Ok? Es en matemáticas, ¿verdad? Repito, un journal, nada más. de la unidad que a usted le gusta, de las primeras 7 que hemos visto ya durante todo el año. Permítame, no estén haciendo preguntas de que cómo lo hacemos. Estoy explicando. De la unidad que a usted más le gusta, ¿qué aprendió en esa unidad? ¿Qué se le dificultó en esa unidad? ¿Qué, qué entendió de esa unidad? Lo tiene que escribir ¿cómo? En digital. Yo voy a dar el número de letra y el tipo de letra que tienen que utilizar. ¿Cuántas páginas tiene que venir ese journal? 3. 3 páginas, ¿verdad? 3 páginas. ¿Tiene que traer ejemplos? Sí. Por ejemplo, si yo estoy viendo, si a mí la unidad que me gusta es addition and subtraction of decimals. Entonces, I like this topic because this, and I don't understand this part because this, and it's difficult for this. Así. Y pone un ejemplo de un ejercicio. 3 páginas. Aquí preguntan. Aquí preguntan. Vamos a ver. ¿Pues serían todas? No. Solo es una, Roland. A ver, dice. El journal ya lo expliqué. Puedo ir al. Bueno, ¿qué es lo que no hemos, qué es lo que hemos aprendido? Exactamente, pero de reading or grammar, estoy en matemáticas, lo dije, ¿de cuántas páginas? 3 páginas, ¿verdad? ¿Cómo lo hacemos? En digital, en Word, ¿verdad? Cuando lo termine de hacer en Word, lo pasa a PDF, por favor. Lo pasa a PDF, ¿verdad? ¿Se puede hacer en PowerPoint? No. Word y lo transmite a PDF, ¿verdad? Pues serían todas, pues no, no, como dije, solo es una lección de las 7. Es en el cuadro de la tarea. No entiendo esa parte. Completa, mister, en las páginas. Pues, ¿cómo le digo? Completas, pues, por lo menos la segunda tiene que traer más de la mitad. Perdón, la tercera tiene que traer más de la mitad. No puedo, dice José Manuel, no entiendo. Puede ser adición y tarea y resta de fracciones. Es decisión suya. Repito, de las 7 lecciones que hemos visto, usted solo va a elegir una. Solo va a elegir una. ¿Verdad? No puede pasarlo a PDF. Es bien sencillo. ¿Verdad? Es bien sencillo. Yo puedo mandarles un videito de cómo pasar el documento de Word a PDF por el WhatsApp para que no se compliquen tanto, ¿verdad? Yo les voy a decir qué tipo de letra y qué tamaño de letra necesito ver en esa journal, ¿verdad? Podemos hacer más de un ejercicio. Repito, si la unidad 7, por ejemplo, si la unidad 7 hemos visto suma y resta suma, resta de fracciones, suma, resta de fracciones mixtas, ahí ya van 4 ejercicios diferentes, porque es uno por tema, ¿correcto? Me explico, o sea, es ya creatividad de ustedes. O sea que usted va a mandar más información. Sí, yo la única información que voy a mandar es qué tipo de letra lo van a utilizar, ¿verdad? ¿Qué tipo de letra van a utilizar? Exactamente, eso va a ser en el chat. Eso va a ser en el chat. Mister, ¿puede repetir los pasos? ¿Qué pasos? ¿Qué pasos? No sé. Si no entendieron, vieron el video de YouTube. Obviamente, para eso están los videos de YouTube, ¿verdad? Para nada los grabo y los edito, ¿verdad? Bien. People, if you don't have any question, come on, Dana. You can watch the video on YouTube, okay? You can watch the video on YouTube. People, if you don't have any other question, yes, I did the videos. If you don't have any question, I will see you on Monday, okay? because we already finished for the classes for today. So I will see you on Monday. I will send a video for the WhatsApp group about how to make a or how to change a Word file or Word document to PDF. Okay, see you people. Take care. Do the homeworks. Enter to Imagine Learning. Enter to Pearson because a lot of you doesn't work in Pearson yet, right? And please try to make your I all your assignments in the on time. Okay, Anna, do you have a question quickly because I only have 1 minute? No. Okay. So people, bye bye. Take care. Staying home. Study. I will send the words for reading right now for study for the activity of the mimica. Okay. I will send it right now. So people, take care.